Howdy, guys. How is everybody? Can everybody hear me, see me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Put a 2 in the chat if you cannot. Okay, thank you very much. Well, I have had a blast. Hello, Michael Ann. Hello, Carnival Cruise Addicts. Hello, DJ's Adventures and Beyond. Hello, Daniel Jose. Which reminds me, Daniel, are you here at the Helen, Georgia meetup? Because if you are, I have not met you yet, I don't think. And hello, Sharon. Well, anyway, guys, it is almost coming to an end. And by the way, don't forget to spring forward an hour. Spring your clocks forward an hour, which means we lose an hour of sleep. You couldn't make it because you spent a week in Germany. Oh, I understand, Daniel Jose. I understand. I hope you had I'm doing good, Sharon Rowland. I'm sure you had a blast in Germany. I know I've absolutely had a blast here in Helen, Georgia. I just put out, I meant to go, I was trying to go live earlier at the Hofbrauhaus restaurant, but unfortunately, the internet would not work. So, yeah. So I did not get to go live, and that's the reason why I couldn't, because it wouldn't even let me get into the StreamYard. Hey, Sandy Robinson, how are you? So I did a pre-recorded video instead. Hey, Fairy Dust, and I just posted that, I guess, maybe about an hour or so ago. I've been posting videos left and right as I go beyond, as I go, as I go, as I video, and I think I posted all the videos. Now I am going to try to go live for the church service in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do have the thumbnail up for that. I don't know how good the internet's going to work, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to go live. I'm going to try to go live on both. That'd be good, Carnival Cruise Addicts. I think they are already in the works of getting the ball rolling on that, and I believe they've already said the dates. Hey, Misha, I understand you can't stay long. I know. Yeah. Hey, AJC Magic. But oh, I tore that up, Daniel Jose. I ate that whole thing. You can ask Scott Smith, the supporter that comes in the chats. I cleaned that plate big time. If Scott Smith is lurking in the background, please pop in the chat and let them know that I tore that I tore that plate. Hello, Wesley. Wesley Shiflett on the Facebook side, also known as Breadstick77 on the YouTube side. I think if now Darian can correct me on this, but I think the dates for next year is March. It's always the second week in March. So whatever, I think he said the dates was 7th, 8th, and 9th, I do believe, for the meetup. Hello, Roy and Becky Travels. I hope and pray that all is well on your end. I know that you two have been going through some things, so I hope and pray that things are looking up for you guys. Hello, Amy from Endless Days Adventures. Yeah, I got to meet Captain. Of course, I've met Captain Billy J before, but I got to meet Bruce and Cindy from Ocean to Ocean Travel for the very first time, and I got to meet Sherry and Danny from Destination Fun for the very first time. I got to meet the KY Travelers. They are they are a lot of times in the cruising and travel community. You'll sometimes, I think, see them in Love is Fat Life. And I think, and I got to meet Mike and Joyce. Mike and Joyce Harder. They are YouTube supporters. You saw them a lot of times in midlife crazy as live streams on Sunday. But Joyce Harder is usually in some of the other. I understand. I understand, Roy and Becky. I hope and pray that things get better for Becky's sister, whatever the situation is there. But anyway, let's see. Misha says, do you know who was sitting beside Blaine at breakfast? I don't even know, to be honest. I'd have to. I don't remember. Now, I know I've met the 6 Traveling Shorts. Of course, I've met them 2 or 3 times already, but that's Jonathan and Shauna Short from the 6 Traveling Shorts, and they're they're youngins. Jacob. No, one's Jacob. I think the girl is Haley, I believe, and I know I'm gonna mess up their names. I can't think of the rest of them, but anyway, yeah, I am fairy dust. I am. I've had a blast. And the answer to your question, Daniel Jose, yes, I did get spaghetti ice. I actually got 2 of them on Friday. I ordered one for myself, and just as I was waiting for mine. Hello, Wayne. Uh, just as I was waiting for mine, Darian had asked me if I wanted his because he couldn't eat all his. So I helped him eat his too. So I actually got 2 of them. So let's just say I would not want to check my blood sugar because, yeah, that's a lot of sugar. So yeah, there you go, Misha. Blaine would know. Hi, Roy's mom. And no, he couldn't finish his, so he asked me if I wanted it. So, and I tore that up. So, hey, Lorraine. But yeah, we was at Hoffer's. We was at Hoffer's for breakfast yesterday. Oh, y'all go to Helen when you visit her? Oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah, of course I've met Scott Smith before. Hey, warm strong adventures, Bill. Hello, Najuma Brown. I'm actually very surprised that people are in this chat. To be honest, as late as it is, but anyway, I just know that I haven't done a hotel review. I agree, Roy. Although I have not, the weather's not been too cooperative this year. So I did not get to do the Ruby Falls. I reckon, yeah, I said that. I think, and Ruby Falls, yeah. But I got to meet a couple of new channels. TNT, I think I want to say TNT Adventures. I don't remember. I don't remember their first names, but maybe Blaine can help me out. I don't know. Um, and there's a couple of new channels. Hello, Robo on Legend One. Yeah, I slept for 3 hours already. That must be Liz. That's either Liz or Chris on Carnival Cruise Addicts. Okay. Okay, so okay. Hey, Joseph Dunn on the Facebook side. I'm doing good about yourself. Um, so yeah. Um, I'm trying to think. What else? What else have I really? Oh, me and Roxanne, Adventures with Roxanne, did a skit at dinner last night. Um, we had, I think we had exactly over 100 and some people at that dinner. Uh, at the Hofbräu House. So, um, I understand, DJ. I know life with mountain folk only lives about an hour. So, uh, yeah, um, um, of course, the travel adventures with Eric B was here. Hey, there's quite a few. Uh, I got to meet Mike and Ricky from Clock Family Adventures for the first time. I hadn't met them before yet, but I did get to meet. I did get to meet them at this meetup for the first time. So, um, oh, and I got to meet Lori S. Uh, it comes in the chats. She's just a supporter. Oh, Angela, Nemic, I think, or Nemikic or something. She is in a lot of the cruising community chats. I got to meet her for the first time. She's just a supporter as well. Of course, I'm very thankful for all the supporters because, as it's been said before, without supporters, there would be no YouTube. Hello, Lacey, Chelsea, Brooke, and Sarah, and Ellsworth, Carl, and family. Hello, Anne, uh, Electric Mind? just a quick hi. Hope you are having a wonderful time. Sorry I couldn't make it this year. Miss ya. Take care. We'll be watching. I know I probably butchered that name, but I'm sorry. But yeah. Eddie Lugo, and Alice were here as well. Of course, I met them before. I met them last year. Yeah. And I got to meet Lisa from Lisa Cruises and Adventures or something like that. I can't remember what her channel name is. I I know what her Facebook is, but I don't know what her YouTube channel name is. Hello, NDT Show. Thanks for coming in. But they and of course Kurt Marsha. Kurt and Marsha from See Me Traveling. They were here. Hello, Scott. Scott from Controversial Cruising. Now, if we just had Denise. Denise in the chat. I have been doing that is JJ? Really? I did not know that. Anyway, how is my dad doing? He's hanging in there. They're still trying to figure out why his electrolytes, his potassium, his protein, his sugars, and all that stuff are out of whack again for some odd reason. They've upped his insulin from, I think, I want to say 10 to 14 units now. Because his sugars have been running anywhere between 230 some to like almost 300 and something. And what's strange is that he gets different nurses and stuff. They got different ones have different opinions about it, and none of them are on the same page. And he's got some that tell him that they want it anything below 120, and he's got some that say that at 256 and tell him that that's good for him being a diabetic. And I'm like, and I don't know, they tell him one thing and then somebody tells him something else, so don't know what to believe. Yeah, So anyway, yeah, I am dressed. I am dressed, Troy. Asshole. Um, I do have my PJs on. So yeah. Um, but anyway, they got him on. They got him on some type of protein drink that he has to take it twice a day now. There is nothing underneath my clothes. um, okay, good night, Carnival Cruise addicts. Thanks for coming in. Uh, uh, yeah, good to see you, Troy. Good night, Liz. I had to plug y'all in because y'all was going to die. Hello, Travel Adventures with Eric B. It has been a pleasure and honor to get to meet you again. Hello, Pump Travelers. Larry, thanks for coming in. Um, but anyway, where was I at? Oh, yeah, that is correct, Troy. I understand. Oh, sorry to hear that, Lorraine. Um, yes, that is correct, Misha. Um, okay, you created a surprise for me, Plum Travelers. I will definitely have to come and watch that and see that. Uh, but anyway, his protein. The weather has been rainy here. We have had like I think high of like 50s and some 60s, it's been mostly raining. So yeah. Um. Oh yeah, my dad's protein. So for some reason, his body has quit producing protein. So I understand, Misha. Have a good one. Good night, Misha. Thanks for coming in. Have a good service, Misha. By the way, I will be filming. Let's put it this way. I'm going to try to go live with the service tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, I know for the ones that's in church service already, they can go back and watch the replay. But I am going to go live. I am going to go live with it on the Ford Man channel and the Daily Dose of the Bible channel. I got both. I got the thumbnail up for both channels. So I am going to go live with it on the on both channels. Plus, I'm going to go live with it on Facebook. So anyway, but yeah, my dad's having to do these protein drinks. Yeah, I did mine about a little over an hour ago. I did mine at like 12. No, I really don't have a video editor that helps me with my thumbnails. Not really. The last couple of thumbnails, I just likewise, Meg. The last couple of thumbnails, like I just basically just kind of look up on Google for an image or whatever, and say thumbnail or something, and it like that one that I got set up for the church service, that let's have that one that says let's have church. It has the scripture Hebrews 10 verses 19 through 25. I just Googled that up and and I just used that as thumbnail, so I just saved it to my phone, so and went from there. So that's how I usually, sometimes when I do thumbnails, like of course I tried to do one for the Hofbra house, but I had to go with the taste test review instead of the Hofbra house because the thumbnail was too big. But but I don't really see. I really don't know. I don't understand the editing thing. I don't understand it. I'm not really that tech savvy or whatever you want to call it. So I don't really edit videos. What you see in the video is what you usually get. So there you go. So because those videos that I uploaded, yeah, I've heard of Canva, but I haven't really played around with it. I've got a couple. I've got a couple of I've got a couple editing software programs. I got one called VlogU and Filmora, and I think maybe another one or something. But anyway, and usually when I tried to now, okay, somebody was asking me, was it is it this year that they're doing? Is it this year that they're doing the Branson, or is it next year? Huh. Okay. What? Oh, okay. Ah. Oh, Troy. Well, Troy. Oh, Troy. Y'all never gonna let me live that down, are you people? Oh, Lord. Okay. I know. Uh good night, Sharon. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy. Uh, mm. I don't know. See, you know, I I don't know. I don't know what. Now, when is that Branson again? Is it in October or no, is it October or November? No dates yet, but usually November. Okay. I had a good time when I was in Branson that one year. Um, but see, I don't know what my finances. I don't know what my finances is going to be like. That's that's my issue. So, um, I usually have to wait until closer to time before, cause see, I can't plan that far ahead. Um, but anyway, um, yeah. Well, I don't. Well, the cruise is not until 2025, so I might I might be able to swing the Branson. I don't know. I might see. Question: I'm out of ice cream. If I put a jar of creamy peanut butter in the freezer, does it become peanut butter ice cream? I don't know. I've never tried that, Roy. Um, but but yeah, the cruise is not till 2025 of November. So that's November 29th through December 6th, 2025. Going out of Port Canaveral. Yeah. I was thinking maybe I might try to see if I can get a maybe I can get a flight from wherever I am. Of course, I'll be in North Carolina at least through this year, at least, because I've signed the I signed the contract for a year. The lease, and I can't, if I break that lease, then I'll be forced to still pay for the remaining months if I don't stay the full year. I might, yeah, I might see if I can get a flight from wherever I am to keep cruising. Let's start calling me Captain Fort Bend. oh, oh, I understand, Misha. Have a good night, Misha. Uh, but yeah, I did. Yeah, they told me when I signed that signed that lease, because they asked me. I said, "How long are you planning on renting?" And I said, "I know at least I'll be here at least another. I'll be here at least another year, at least." So, because I think, let's see, it will end. My lease will end in December, either December of 2024, or I signed it in December, so of 2023, because I moved in the house December 27th. So uh yes, I'm enjoying my freedom. It's peaceful, it's quiet. I don't have to worry about waking up nobody. Uh, it's pretty much, uh, I don't have to worry about bothering anybody. Um, yeah, and I pretty much I pretty much have my own freedom. So, and Yeah, I mean, if I choose to, but yeah, I mean, it's my own house. If I wanted to go naked, I could, but I don't usually. I don't usually do that. The only time I really do that is when I'm getting out of the shower and getting ready to put on some clothes. But as far as like sitting around the house naked, no, I'm good. um, nah, well, I can have guests over. I can have people over um, as long as they're not at my house no more than 7 days. They can stay. They can stay. They can stay up until uh 7 days, and then after 7 days they got to go. Because if they stay past 7 days, then they have to be then they have to be they have to I be charging for rent for them for staying there. So, um, but I can have people. That Walmart trip, uh, I I went there and I went from I went about 8 o'clock in the morning, and uh, I've been there all day. Uh, but the thing was, because the person I was supposed to meet uh, said that they wasn't going to show up until 12:30 or whatever, because they had something they were going to do before they come to Walmart. But anyway, that never did. So I I rode around, did my shopping. Of course, that was the day that I also didn't think I would. I also didn't think I'd spend over. I also didn't think I'd spend over 800 and some odd dollars at Walmart. But that was before. That was before they took off for my food stamps, and then after that, my bill went down to 600 and something. And still, I was like, and anyway, yeah. So, um, well, see, I not only bought food, I bought stuff that was not food, but that I needed. So, yeah. And of course, I bought dad's stuff too. So, there you go. Usually, when I go to Walmart, if dad tells me he needs something, I'll usually buy it as well. Uh, but anyway, yeah, yeah, I was in shock to myself. But anyway, so I rode around, and the person, the person never did come in the store, but they were outside in the parking lot. And she was looking for me outside in the parking lot. She was looking for the Mitchell County transportation thing. And I said, they ain't going to sit there and wait on me while I do my shopping. I said, you got to come inside the store. Yeah. I usually use one of those electric carts inside Walmart, usually. Yeah, I usually buy stuff that usually lasts me for a month or more. Sometimes it only lasts me a month, but I usually I usually buy I use a public transportation service called Mitchell County Transportation. Everything's going good, Spaceman Dudley. Because how I know this is the person called me. The person called me about. I was still in Walmart, right? The person called me about. The person called me about 2 o'clock, or yeah, and said I was in there, or I was there for an hour, but didn't. I was there for an hour ago, but didn't see you. And I'm like, uh, did you come inside the store? No. I'm like, that's why. And they sat down at that gas station for a good 10, 15 minutes, I said. I'm like, hey. But anyway, yeah, that's how I usually get around. See, I usually leave my walker or whatever I'm using at the um, customer service, and I usually tell them I'll pick it up after I get through with my shopping. So, but yeah, I'm hoping. I told Dad. I told Dad. I said, I hope that's the last time I spend that much. Ah, I hadn't seen her in a while. Um, but I told Dad. I said, I hope I never spend that much again. Yeah. Oh me, cause ugh. Uh, is there a Boston, Mississippi? I don't know that there was a Boston, Mississippi. I knew that there was a Boston, Massachusetts, but I didn't know if there was a Boston, Mississippi. Yeah, and but anyway, have a good one, Larry from Plump Travelers. Ah, okay. Yeah, I just never. Okay, I got you now, Spaceman. All right. Uh, but anyway, um, I was waiting to see if this phone was going to charge so I could give you a tour of the room. Sorry to hear that, Spaceman. Um, but yeah. And then I know. Hey, Crossover Paranormal Society. Thanks for coming in. What was I gonna say? Oh, went to a restaurant called Big Daddy's on Friday night around 6 o'clock, 6:30 Friday night. So that was really good. I posted a video on that on the burrito bowl that I had. Um, it had pork, chicken, beef, shrimp. It basically had pretty much all the fixings that you'd put in a burrito, except it was in a bowl instead of a instead of a tortilla or whatever you want to call it. Um, but yeah, I believe that was the first time I'd ever been to that restaurant called Big Daddy's. I don't remember being there before, but um, trying to think. I know some of them aren't going to be able to be at church service tomorrow because some of them got to catch an early flight. Uh, I don't remember that. I can imagine Roy and Becky Travels. That's just the name of the restaurant. It's just called Big Daddy's. Is all. I mean, that's all I know. They have like variety of different. They got pizza. They got burgers. They got, of course, like I said, the burrito bowl. Uh, William, I am in Helen, Georgia, at the fourth annual meetup with Magnificent Germany with Darian. But anyway, nope, it's in Helen, Georgia. Good night, Blaine. See you in the morning, Blaine. Yeah, I know. It's pretty much almost 2:30 in the morning. But anyway, I uh I know some of them gotta like ocean travel. They gotta catch a flight. Like they gotta catch a flight at like 7 a.m. and they gotta drop off their rental car that because they live in Seattle, Washington. They gotta drop off the rental car at 5 o'clock in the morning at the airport. Yeah. So um they got so they won't be staying for the church service in the morning because they gotta leave. But have a good one, William. Yeah. Um. Well, see, Ocean Travel said they were flying Alaska. I think Alaskan Cruise Line or something like that. And they tried to get a later flight, but they couldn't because it was they were all packed. So, or like, or I can't remember what I can't remember exactly what the name of the um. Yes, I did, Spaceman Dudley. That I did. Um, but no, I didn't get to see Bone Daddy this year. They probably didn't even know anything about it. And I don't think I live too far from this area, to be honest with you. But I didn't get to see him this year. Uh, but yeah, I know Life with Mountain Folk, Fred and Connie, they only live about an hour and a half from Helen, Georgia. So they don't live far from Helen, Georgia. I know from where I am in North Carolina. Well, leaving from Spruce Pine, North Carolina, is only about a 3.5 hour ride, depending on traffic. But yeah, it's ooh, that's some strong that's some strong coffee. um but yeah, I I know I need to get some sleep. But I really wanted to give a tour of this room, because I know I hadn't got a tour of this. Uh, hey, Lily T, thanks for coming in. But yeah, sleepy but finding it. Yeah. So Fred asked me earlier on. He don't see how I can only function on a couple hours sleep and still get up and do the 6 a.m. morning shows with Jimmy, the Astute Tourist. By the way, Jimmy, if you go back and watch this, uh, I did say hello to everyone for you. I did that at the dinner last night when they started going around and asking people to tell about their channels and stuff. Hey, Linda from Camp Goer 1. I am doing good, and I am in Helen, Georgia. I'm at the 4th annual meetup with Magnificent Germany with Darian and a bunch of other YouTubers and supporters. So, yep. And for those of you who may not know, Helen, Georgia is built like a German town. Take care, Spaceman. Thanks for coming in. And he's hanging in there, Lily. They're still trying to figure out why his sugars and his potassium levels and all that stuff's out, and his protein levels, all that stuff's out of whack again for some odd reason. And they think his kidneys might be getting worse. I don't know. Not really sure. But he's hanging in there. He's still enjoying being with his love life, that is found in the rehab facility. But anyway, but yeah, he's like I said, he's having to take some sort of protein, something or other, to try to build up his protein, because for some reason his body does not produce any protein. I personally would not consider it a real marriage. It's more like more like a companionship than it is a marriage. So, no, it wasn't your normal typical wedding type shindig thing, whatever you want to call it. No. I know the reason why they did it that way was because neither one of them wanted to take the chance on losing benefits. So that's why. But I had heard that if you're over the age of 60, which both of them are, that you don't lose benefits, but I don't know how true that is. And so, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I am a little bit tired. Um, but anyway, yeah, I'm still in there. I'm still at that new place. I know I'll be here at least through this year, at least, because I signed the lease for a year. So, and yeah, I'm still there. Um, but I need to. I need to try and see. I need to try and see how. I need to try. Yeah, I am still getting my mobile home fixed. I had I had talked with my pastor from my home church, and he was telling me that the guy that I've got working on my uh, that the guy I've got working on my house on my mobile home is coming along really good with that house. So, um, but I I I haven't seen any photos or anything of it since the last time he sent me anything. But um, so yeah, um, yeah, I try to talk with my pastor at least once a week. At least I try to. Um, but I um, I know that there's been a lot of sickness and stuff and things happen at the home church um, that you know been happening, at the home church. But we're because I asked my pastor. I said, "How's the church doing?" He said, "They're hanging in there. They're growing a little bit at a time, but it just takes time and stuff like that." But uh, and of course, uh, some of the members getting better from their sickness and stuff like that. So. That I'm not sure yet. I can't go to one. That that's still up in the air right now. Um, as of right now, I don't really have anything planned for any like trips or anything as of right now. Um, I just don't have anything planned. I just have to kind of play it by ear, you know. what finances is going to look like and things like that. So it is what it is, you know. Yeah, I don't see how. I'll be honest with you. I don't. I don't see how some people like they plan stuff in like years in advance, and I'm like, how do you do that? You know, I and you know, I don't know. I don't understand it myself, but you know, um, but yeah, this you may be taking a trip to see your friend in Alabama this summer. Maybe you can swing by out my way. Yeah, like I said, uh, I'm in North Carolina now. Um, but I uh, yeah, I'll probably like I said, I'll be out there through this year at least. I don't know what I'm gonna do in 2025. Cheryl and Doug and Sonia. Ah, Travel with Special Brothers says I plan ahead, so get into finances. Sorry, I was replying to people's comments on my phone here. Trying to remember the city. Are they YouTubers or are they actually just supporters? In other words, people that don't create content but support other channels that do create content. Morrisville, North Carolina. Oh, okay. I'll have to put that in Google Maps and figure out how far that is from where I am. Okay, like if a trip costs $1,000, you can put away $100 a month to cover it and have $200 extra just in case I need the extra. I understand. Ah, your military friends? Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, I usually just have to play stuff by ear. See, this was basically a last minute thing for me because I didn't know what my finances was going to look like when, because I was thinking, I wouldn't have it because I've been paying towards getting my house fixed and things, and we were melting. Oh, okay. That that's the where my uh the people I'm renting from. That's where they're from now. Virginia Beach. The people I'm renting that place from, they're from Virginia Beach. Because um, his wife, his wife was in the military. Uh, I didn't know it until they started talking to me one day about it. But anyway, uh, I'm going to try. Okay, good night, Crossover Paranormal Society. Thanks for coming in. Um, I'm going to try an attempt to give you all a tour of this room, Helendorfinn. Campground One says one of my friends that was in the military is running for senator in West Virginia. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. Uh, Too much coffee today? I, I actually, uh, I actually, believe it or not, uh, Scott and Amber had to actually show me how to work this coffee pot I got in my room. It's one of them. It's kind of like one of them Keurig coffee makers where it only makes like one cup at a time. and I didn't know how to work it, and I had I'd only been getting coffee and water when I go to restaurants. Usually when I go to dinner, and then the rest of the time I've been doing without. So because I didn't know how to work it. So 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 yeah. Until he showed me how to work it, I had no idea. Because I'm used to see I'm used to making I'm used to making a full when I make coffee. I'm used to a regular coffee pot. Make a full pot. It's usually one of them 12 pot. And what I normally do is I usually take and uh, I usually take and get water from the sink and take and pour it in there and fill it up to the uh, 12 cup mark and and do it that way. Yeah, I ain't used to them. I ain't used to them pod things. Like I said, I use regular coffee filters and a regular pot of coffee and just fill it up. Cause like at home, back at home I'm staying in North Carolina. That's what I do. I just fill the coffee pot. Uh, I take the glass coffee pot. I I put water in it and I pour it in the back of the in the back on the top in the back of the coffee maker, and then I take my coffee filter, put it in the filter holder, and just put ever how many scoops of ground coffee in there, and then hit brew once you know, that's how I normally do it. So that's how I've always done coffee. I've never used the pods before, so until now, but usually a 12 pot full of coffee, it'll last me throughout the day. So, but yeah, uh, say I make a pot of coffee early in the morning. I won't make another one until probably late that evening or wait till the next day probably to make another fresh pot. So let's see. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to come in on my phone. Hang on a minute, guys. Can y'all see me and hear me? Because I am on my phone now. Okay. I am going to try and figure out how to do this. I'm going to try and give you all a tour of this room. Okay. Alright. So, good night, Blaine. Um, I know you can't see, but there's what it looks like outside the. I know you're seeing the reflection through the glass window doors, but there's the porch. And chairs outside. There's a chair over there. But anyway, there's your lamp. There's where the computer's at. The coffee. Um, but there's your microwave, coffee maker, your refrigerator. Got two beds in here now. One I sleep on, and the other one I put my clothes on. So, but yeah. Uh, Anyway, I'm gonna try to get up here. Hang on. There's a closet space right there. Yeah, it was like this when I got the handicap accessible room. This is basically the only one they had available, kind of like last minute, pretty much. But hang on a second, I'm gonna try to get up here. I'm gonna set the phone down, people. There's another lamp. There's your telephone, your clock. But and then there's your TV, so to speak. And then, of course, like I said, there's closet space right there. You got drawers, stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna get up here and try to show you the tour of the bathroom. So if I buy, all right, good night, Roy. Well, see, the thing about it is, there's several YouTubers here that has one section. I think most of them are at the section 700 block. So that's where most of them are staying at, but that's not handicap accessible. So, and some of them, but there's some of us that spread out. So, but anyway, I'm gonna move along here. If I make you all dizzy, it's because I'm moving. So I don't mean to make y'all dizzy, but anyway. But oh, and I got to meet James and Cindy. James and Cindy Catneys. I got to meet them. That they're not far from me. They're in like I think 201 or 200. I can't remember which. They said they wasn't far from me. But anyway, here is the bathroom, guys. There's your toilet. There's your sink. And there's your handicap shower right there, guys. So I'm going to test that baby out in the morning. So going to take a shower. So but yeah, there's your toilet. But got plenty of towels there. Yeah, even POV. What? What does that mean? Anyway, point of view. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, I do think that of course that hose looks like it might stretch, so uh, I kind of think that the seat might be a little farther back, and yeah. But anyway, so yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to head back over here. Let me try to turn around here. Hang on a minute, guys. Cut the light off, cut the fan off. But anyway, yeah, it's that's pretty much the hotel room tour. And like I said, that this is room 206. Very handicap accessible at the Helendorfinn in Helen, Georgia. So, and check-in was really easy, simple. What I did was, of course, I didn't have to, but I had the choice of paying a portion of it at the beginning and then paying the rest when I got here for check-in. But I went ahead and paid for the full thing for ever how many nights I was going to stay here, which was Friday night and Saturday night, checking out today. So yeah. Uh, but anyway. I'm gonna. Okay. So I want to. Can y'all hear me now? Because I'm back on the PC now. So. But at least I gave you all a tour of the hotel room now. So yeah, check-in was really easy and simple. I really am very pleased with the quality and the staff here and the cleanliness of the hotel. They and things like that. So, because some hotels, they aren't very clean, but this one's actually really nice, and I do highly recommend anybody that does come to stay in Helen, Georgia, to definitely um, to definitely check in at the um, Helendorfinn. I had to think a minute. um, but yeah, uh, I do know that they do require you. I did find this out from Life with Mountain Folk, that they do require you to, at least their policy is, if you're going to stay here, uh, you can't stay here. And I didn't know this, but their policy is they require you to stay at least 2 nights. You can't stay anything less than 2 nights if you're going to stay here. I'm not sure why they have that policy, but uh, but if Life with Mountain Folk was in here, he could probably tell me why or whatever. But I just know he was telling me about that earlier, because I asked him if he was staying at the Helendorfinn. He said no. He said they're staying at a different one. Yeah, Ladybug Out has a red van that looks like an actual ladybug, because it's got the polka dots and stuff like that, and it's red, and just like it looks just like a ladybug. But anyway, yeah, I think it is Ford, Fairy Dust and Loring. I think it is a Ford. I think it's like a Ford. I think they call it a Ford Transit or something like that, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah. Yeah, Fairy Dust, you can drop that link. Any moderator in here can drop links. You don't have to have my permission to drop links. You can drop your link. You can drop uh, anybody's link, as long as it is not, as long as it's a legit channel. In other words, as long as it's not a porn link or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, uh, But yeah, Ladybug, yeah, Ladybug out. She was awesome to meet in person. I met her when I was out in Courtside, I believe it was. But anyway, well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. I've been going for a little over 2 hours now, and I'm getting kind of tired, and I got to get up here in just a short little while and get a shower before church service and things. Um, and because if I know myself, I'll fall asleep during the church service. So, just so you know, I may be falling asleep. I don't know. Hope not, but my ear was itching. But yeah, I need to get some sleep. Anyway, guys, thanks for everybody that came by. I am tired. And thanks to all the moderators that were in the chat. And thanks to everybody that came by. It's been fun. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.